everyone, welcome to Sat with me, and this is my first video wherein I'm going to be talking about the introduction to the digital SAT, everything you need to know. So basically, I'm going to tell you about the SAT. Do subscribe my channel because SAT is going to be prepared on this channel for sure, and you can study with me. So basically, the digital SAT, which was earlier, the SAT earlier was a pen and paper test, but now it is digital SAT, and SAT is conducted by College Board organization. So just like the JEE and the NEET examinations in India are conducted by the NTA in India, right? Similarly, the SAT examination is conducted by College Board across the globe. Okay, so let's get started with the introduction video. So what is the digital SAT? So if you're planning to take the digital SAT, you must be knowing that it is used for college admissions in the US or outside the United States, right? And it is replaced by the digital paper based SAT. So digital SAT has replaced the traditional SAT, and the digital SAT measures your skills on reading and writing section and the math section. So basically you have two sections, the reading and writing section and the math section. So you are going to be judged on it, and you have to take the test on the Blue Book app, which can be downloaded from the College Board website. Okay, links can be found in the description. Moving on, we have few key features of the digital SAT. So first is it is very short in comparison to the traditional SAT examination and your school examinations also. The CBSE examinations are 3 hours long. Similarly, the digital SAT is much lesser, which is 2 hours and 14 minutes only. And it has a method of adaptive testing, which means more number of questions you get right in module 1, there is more chance for you to score better in module 2. I'll be explaining this further in the upcoming slides. Next, you have faster scores. It will not take weeks to get your scores of the digital SAT. You can get your scores in days, just few days, okay? Next, calculator is allowed for all math question, and the name of the calculator which is allowed by the College Board is Desmos. Okay, so there is this graphing calculator Desmos. Okay, you can find this on the internet. So Desmos is one of the greatest graphing calculator, and it is provided to you for the math section. You can also carry a traditional a calculator for quick calculations, but I would suggest to use Desmos because Desmos will give you graphs which are going to be useful. All the graph questions on the SAT can be done with the help of Desmos. Okay, so next, more secure. Obviously, these are the key features of the digital SAT. Moving on, we have the text structure and section breakdown. Now this is the most important part, my dear friends. The most important parts here is basically you are firstly going to getting the reading and writing section. So first section, so basically you have two sections. One is the reading and writing section, and the other section is your SAT math section. If we talk about the reading and writing section, you have two modules here. How many modules do you have? Two modules, module 1 and module 2. And similarly, in the SAT math section, you also have two modules, which is module 1 and module 2. So these are going to be your modules. So in totality, you have 4 modules to solve, 2 for each of the section. Right? Am I very clear to all of you? Alright. Moving on, we have the further things. Now basically you have reading and writing section. So if we talk about the reading and writing section, you have module 1 and module 2. And SAT math section, you have module 1 and module 2. Now if we talk about these modules in detail, so module 1 will have in math section 20 operational questions. These are going to give you marks. Okay, these are going to give you marks, and other 2 pre-test questions, these are not going to give you marks. So basically you're going in math section, module 1 you're going to get 22 questions, and module 2 also 22 questions. Out of these 22, 20 are going to be your operational questions, and operational questions means that you are going to be judged. You are going to get your marks on the basis of operational questions. Okay, but दो प्री टेस्ट क्वेश्चन, 2 प्री टेस्ट क्वेश्चन मीन्स ये आपका लेवल चेक करने के लिए है. यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी जज्ड फॉर दीज 2 प्री टेस्ट क्वेश्चंस. ये सिर्फ लेवल जज करने के लिए. लेकिन आपका जो एम होना चाहिए, योर एम मस्ट बी टू गेट 22 आउट ऑफ 22 करेक्ट, बिकॉज module 1 directly influences module 2, and adaptive testing is basically if you get more score in module 1, then only you will have a greater chance to score better in module 2. अगर आपका module 1 में फॉर एग्जाम्पल बेटर हुआ, सो मॉड्यूल 2 में आपके पास हायर डिफिकल्टी के क्वेश्चंस आएंगे, एंड हायर डिफिकल्टी क्वेश्चंस अवॉर्ड यू मोर पॉइंट्स. इफ यू गेट एन इजियर मॉड्यूल 2, अगर आपके पास एक इजी मॉड्यूल 2 आ रहा है, मतलब कि आपका मॉड्यूल 1 तो बेकार गया ही है, and now module 2 will have lesser points. Okay, so you have to get these 22 questions right in both of the sections, and you have 35 minutes for each of the section, 35 here and 35 here. All right, okay, now 2 pre-test questions are not going to be known. आपको नहीं पता कि कौन से 22 में से 22 questions में से which are those 2 pre-test questions. Okay, so you have to get 22 right. All right, so I've talked about the SAT mathematics. Now let us talk about the SAT English. All right, okay, now SAT English also has 2 modules. Here you have 25 operational questions and 2 pre-test questions. So in totality 27 questions here and 27 questions here, 32 minutes here and 32 minutes here. So basically for the English section you are having more number of questions and lesser number of time. Here you are getting more number of time but lesser number of questions. All right everyone, I hope I have made my statements very clear. Here also module 1 will directly influence module 2, so you have to get these 27 correct. More the number of questions in module 1 you get correct, more will be the chance to score better on the SAT. So basically now let's have a look here. So you have total questions 98, total duration 2 hours 14 minutes. Break is also there after the reading and writing section. You have a 10 minutes break. Okay, so basically before you move on to the SAT math section, here in between you are going to get a break for 10 minutes. All right everyone, okay, moving on, we have the reading and writing section here in detail. Let us have a look, a little brief. So basically time allotted is 64 minutes, questions 54, 27 per module, and 4 are the pre-test questions. So the topics which are covered, so I am going to get you the videos on math section, reading section, writing section, all the topics. You do not worry, okay? Slowly and slowly. Okay, so first is reading and comprehension, which is short passages. बहुत ही छोटे छोटे passages होते हैं, but this is usually considered the tougher and time taking part of the SAT. Okay, so usually Indian students, usually they, you know, face issues here. So this is a time taking part and also it's a tougher part. Then grammar and punctuation, we are going to do it very nicely. Logical reasoning, vocabulary in context, this is also where children face difficulties. Okay, and even I face difficulty. So my dear friends, we have to work on it. Okay, now weightage of topics. So 50% is the reading and grammar and editing is also 50%. Moving on to the SAT mathematics section. So if we talk about the mathematics section, it has have 70 minutes. It is having 70 minutes, 44 questions, 22 per module, and out of these 22, how many are pre-test? 4 are pre-test. Calculator allowed throughout. I told you in the starting only, Desmos calculator is allowed, which is also called as Desmos. Okay. So topics, these are very important. So this is 35% algebra. 25% is your data analysis and problem solving. This sometimes also goes to 35%, which means these both make the 70% of the test. And other, this becomes sometimes 15% and this becomes 15%. Okay, or sometimes advanced mathematics becomes 35%. Okay, and this becomes 15%. So it just varies. It just varies, but I'm going to tell you algebra is definitely going to be 35% and advanced mathematics is also going to be 30 to 35%. Okay, and 25 इसको मत लो आप, इसको 15% ले लो, and इसको भी आप approximate 15% लेके चलो. ठीक है जी. Okay, moving on. Let's go up to the adaptive testing as I have already explained. So more number of accuracy you get, the higher accuracy you get in module 1. So module 1 directly influences module 2. As I said, higher accuracy you get in module 1, harder module 2, more number of points you will be able to score. Lower accuracy, easier module 2, fewer number of points you will score. So basically you have to aim to get a harder module 2, because harder the module 2, harder will be the questions and more points will be awarded. All right, that's the okay. Now, digital SAT scoring system. This is very important. Please understand this system. It's an easy part. Okay, so basically your score will vary from 400 to 1600. Now here in India, you have 0 upon 100. You have to start from 0 to get 100 marks. And minimum to get pass, you get 33, right? But here in the SAT, you will have a minimum grade out of 1600. You will have a minimum grade of 400. So 400 is basically 0 marks. You have done nothing to get those 400, but it's a basic mark. Okay, above 400 you have to get each mark by your own self. All right, so reading and writing section will have 800 total marks, and out of which you can get anything between 200 to 800. Similarly, the math section will have minimum 200, maximum 800 marks. So we will aim to get 800 upon 800 in the math section, and somewhere around 750 to 800 upon 800 in the English section, because English is usually the tougher part. If you get this score, this is amazing score. I'm telling you, this is 1550 score. This is an amazing score upon 600. Amazing, genuinely. People usually do get 1580 also, 1590 also, but then let's take 1550. Okay, if you get the math module completely right. Okay, so no penalty for wrong answers, but wrong answers will definitely award you lesser points. All right, or 0 points. Okay, so and each correct answer more points. Got my point? Now, tips for the digital SAT. You can practice on the Blue Book app, of course, and also the Khan Academy. Khan Academy cannot be missed. You will get the Khan Academy links in my description box, the Blue Book app in my description box, the Desmos link in my description box. You have to improve your speed, because on an average you are getting 1 minute per question. Let's say 1.2 minutes per question in the English module, and 1.5 or 6 minutes in the math module. So you have to work on your speed with timed mocks. Then learn adaptive testing, focus on weak areas, stay calm and stay focused. Ending with a quote: success is where preparation and opportunity meet. See ya in the next video. Do subscribe, like and comment. Check out the links in the description box. Bye bye.